contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the VCW Liberty Championship. Introducing first the challenger, hailing from Char City, weighing in at 200 pounds. He is the winner of the George Washington World Heavyweight Battle Royal, appearing by Neil Sharkey, the Spice, Saul Esparza.
Our semi-main event at Tidings of Destruction is a Shark versus Shark battle for the U.S. Liberty title. Entering first, the winner of the George Washington Memorial Parkway Battle Royal, the Spice, Saul Esparza. A member of the Sharkey Tank, the plan was for Esparza to win that Battle Royal and then lay down for this opponent. Now that was the plan, for Saul Esparza to win and then basically just lay down for Devantes, his stablemate. That plan did not go according to. Saul Esparza told Neil Sharkey in no uncertain terms that he planned to fight for this title and that Sharkey would have to choose sides, and has Sharkey done so? Because notable by his absence during Saul's entrance, Sharkey wasn't there. And now, as the Hoss of All Hosses makes his way, the champion, Neil Sharkey, certainly seems to be in Devantes' corner. The Sharkey Tank have been on a roll. It was very unclear as to whether or not they would be able to coexist as a unit going into Tidings of Destruction. But so far we've seen both LDJ and Rex Lawless score dominant victories. Now we're here in a situation where no matter what happens, the Sharkey Tank is gonna go for 3 in this match, because they can't lose. But Brandon, they can't win.
No, that's the problem. This is a real test of the Sharkey Tank, of Neil Sharkey's leadership. You have 2 men, part of the Sharkey Tank, 2 of the oldest members of the Sharkey, or longest tenured members of the Sharkey Tank, but they're fighting for a championship, one of the most prestigious championships in our business. And what happens when there is this title on the line?
Devantes is the current longest tenured member of the Sharkey Tank. He is really the jewel by which the entire tank has been built around, the most dangerous Sharkey in the tank, you might say.
And also, at this moment, the only champion in the tank. So clearly, and Neil Sharkey, we saw this friction between Neil Sharkey and Saul Esparza after the Battle Royal. Esparza seems to be, I think his own championship desires maybe winning out here.
Getting right in the face of Devantes. Pro wrestling is filled with big egos and big personalities. To be successful as a wrestler, you have to have an ego. And to be successful as a manager or promoter, you have to be able to manage those egos and really give people what they want while also getting what you need out of them. I wonder if Sharkey has lost control at this point by even letting it get to this place.
Well, curiously, you'll notice Neil Sharkey is seated in the chair at ringside. He is not up and about. He is not actively advising either man. He is just sitting there as an observer. He does not. He clearly he wants his charges, his members of the Sharkey Tank, to work among themselves, and seems to be putting himself above or beyond this competition.
Explosive power already on display by the Hoss of Hosses. Devantes likes to work very quickly.
Well, and Devantes has a lot of experience over Saul Esparza. Esparza, a newcomer here at VCW, and relatively newcomer in the wrestling business in general, and
a bit of a young prodigy, Brandon.
A bit, yes, very much so. But I think that he is, at the moment at least, seeing what happens when you tug on Superman's cape. I don't blame Esparza for trying to win the Battle Royal. Everyone's trying to win matches. But
I don't blame Esparza for wanting to take this title match.
Not at all.
He's here in VCW to be a champion, and now landing very, very gingerly on his knee is Esparza.
He maybe have jammed the knee. It was hard to tell from our angle exactly how he landed, but clearly in a lot of distress right now.
Not doing well as Saul Esparza can barely put weight on the knee or the ankle. And nope, Saul Esparza.
Hey, learned a thing or two from Neil Sharkey.
Maybe moving on to a career in Hollywood after that, because that was some impressive acting by Saul Esparza.
And that's all it takes, just that fast, that shot to the eye, well, for briefly him to be in control.
And now the chop block, we're going to see if he can give Devantes a real knee injury to complement his fake one. These two men were both Final Four in the Liberty Lottery this year. They worked together very effectively in that match, and now here they are. They know each other very well as teammates.
It's also a whole different experience being in a Battle Royal versus being in a traditional match. Even at the end of a Battle Royal, if you throw each other out, it's throwing someone out of the match. It's very different than actively defeating them, than beating them up, than wearing them down. And you really have to question, I mean, we've seen this happen hundreds and hundreds of times in the wrestling business. Even if things seem okay, can they really be okay after this?
Looking for them getting that half crab, really trying to take out the base of Devantes. That is not only the base of his body, but it's the base of his explosive power.
Absolutely, the ability to hit those moves quite so quickly, quite so powerfully, will not be there if he doesn't have that vertical base to push off of.
Saul Esparza was the standout of the Young Lions Challenge, originally initiated by our Director of Operations, Gary Stefanitsis, but very quickly caught the eye of Neil Sharkey. Really became a priority for Sharkey to sign the young man.
Very smart wrestling there, and again, targeting that leg. Ooh. You know, Jason, the knee has a lot of very fragile ligaments and bones in it, and it's not going to do well against a ring post.
Yeah, neither is any part of the lower body.
No, that's very true.
And we're seeing now Devantes hobbling on one foot. How can he hit any of his signature offense, the TKO? He can't lift someone as thick as Saul Esparza if he only has one leg to hold him up.
It must be said, Esparza's wrestling a very smart match. He's taken out that power. I mean, it's, you know, sort of, I guess he knows him better than anyone else. They're part of the same group. They spend a lot of time together. They train together. He knows what Devantes' strengths are and has figured out how to counter them.
Esparza has always been very talented and wise beyond his years for being such a little goon.
That's a very apt description of him. Interestingly,
not even able to make it across the ring before Devantes collapses.
This is a situation where the referee really needs to check and make sure Devantes can continue and make sure he's not really hurting himself by doing so.
This is a situation where Devantes needs a spare tire, and that doesn't exist.
No, there are no timeouts in wrestling. Although Esparza may want one after that German suplex.
And now, with a moment of respite, not sure whether Devantes is trying to just get some feeling back in that leg or has a little too much feeling.
Yeah, I don't to briefly look back at Neil Sharkey, he's being a bit of a cipher right now, honestly. I haven't seen a lot of reaction from him. I've seen some concern, but not indiscernible one way or the other, just I think generally about the situation.
I mean, the reality is no matter who loses, Neil Sharkey wins. He's walking out with a champion, so the question is, does he retain the services of both men? Spinebuster and Devantes on one leg, maybe have to pull this out.
Well, that's the real question. It's not a question whether Sharkey Tank's going to have the championship. They are, we know that. It's a question of whether he'll be able to maintain both men in the Sharkey Tank even after one of them defeats the other.
And how can they ever possibly work together again? Innovative offense there by Saul Esparza. And it's hard enough to kick out under regular circumstances, but to have this knee injury, the pain that it takes for Devantes to kick out.
Hang on, Jason. Esparza going for the championship. Sharkey looking very conflicted and refusing to hand the championship to Esparza. Telling him to earn it on his own, it looks like.
Sharkey said Esparza called for this, wanted to do this on his own. Now looking for that TKO.
Oh, and down goes the referee.
Whether intentional or not, Saul Esparza is going to take advantage. Big spear, center of the ring, perfect positioning.
This should be over, ladies and gentlemen. I don't think that Devantes realized how close our official was to him going for the TKO.
A 10 count, Brandon. You counted to 10, and Saul Esparza couldn't get up.
And now Devantes going for the championship. And Neil Sharkey seems to be agreeing. He nods his head. The time looks like a time for Esparza to learn a lesson.
He came out with the wait a second. Neil Sharkey allowing Saul Esparza to hit that low blow.
What is going on? The jewel in the crown. I mean, what is happening here?
Saul Esparza being anointed the new head shark in the tank.
And again, it appears Sharkey's made his choice. And the referee is waking up, ladies and gentlemen. This could be it.
The Sharks have smelled blood and they are eating their own. And Neil Sharkey has made his choice.
Here is your winner, and the new VCW Liberty Champion, Saul Esparza.
Neil Sharkey was put in a position where he had to decide who he wanted to remain in his stable. And he chose Saul Esparza. It remains to be seen if there is any way to repair the relationship between Sharkey and Devantes. And now, Sharkey calling out the rest of the tank. LDJ and Rex Lawless bringing a microphone to the ring. Saul Esparza is the new U.S. Liberty Champion.
Sharkey has something to say. I said, shut your mouths. Sharky's has something to say. This is directed straight to you, Devantes. Get him up. You suck, Sharky. Open your eyes. Get the wax out of your ears and listen to me. You could have been somebody for a year. You with me. You never listened to me. Oh, you listen before you really get into trouble. You, my friend, were a great Liberty champion. But I got you the shot at the Virginia title, and you blew it. You blew it. Second best is never enough for the Sharkey Tank. So you listen to me. You're done. You're finished. I never want to see you again. You're done. Goodbye.
This is a mighty big enemy that Neil Sharkey is letting loose on himself, and Saul Esparza just cheering it on. We need officials, we need help out here because Devantes was just beat. Oh no. And the pectoral Poseidon has launched Devantes straight to Hades.
And
Now you have a champion you can be proud of.
I was going to say we've seen the end of the Sharkey Tank, but I think we may have seen the strengthening of it. I did not expect this, Jason. This is a shock.
Sharkey Tank 2.0. Saul Esparza now the longest tenured wrestler, and he's got to know he's got a shelf life. This is proof that you only last as long as you succeed. But as long as Saul Esparza can keep raking in the wins and the money, he has got some heavy-duty backup by his side.